After I spent $8,000 on my own money on small gun safes, I tested the biometrics, I found deadly design flaws, I tested long-term reliability, and a couple of safes broke all by themselves. And then I probably tested over 10 small gun safes to see just how tough they really are. And with all that, these are my top gun safe picks. This is Vaultek's Lifepod gun case. Main features. This is the original Lifepod, as you can see here, with just enough space for a full-size Glock 22, but a better fit for the compact Glock 19 or 2 Micro 9s as you see here. The Lifepod features dual-side compression latches combined with an interior rubber gasket seals off the interior from environmental factors, making the Lifepod airtight, dust-proof, and can even float in water. Also comes with a steel security cable for quick and easy securement. And now onto my pry rating. This is a portable gun case. All it needs is good basic pry protection, and you get that with Vaultek's anti-impact latch as you see here. The Lifepod is also drop tested. The Vaultek Lifepod gets a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. From my personal use of Vaultek's products and years of testing, I have come to 100% trust their safes. Access is with either number pad or key backup. The safe is powered by a 9-volt battery that lasts up to a year of normal use. The Vaultek Lifepod gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, if you need a trusted weatherproof portable gun case that will last and work when you need it to, there are none better than Vaultek. This is V-Line's push-button gun safe. Main features. This V-Line safe has enough room for a 1911 or 2 compact handguns as you can see here. This safe is my standard for 100% quick access, and that is thanks to its mechanical Simplex push-button lock. Made from 16-gauge steel with pry-resistant clamshell lid that extends completely over the sides of the safe. Also has 4 pre-drilled mounting holes for permanent placement. V-Line safes are made in the USA. And now onto my pry rating. It may only be 16-gauge steel, but with V-Line's clamshell design and continuous hinge, and when bolted down, the V-Line is pretty much pry attack proof. The V-Line gets a 5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. The Simplex lock is also made in the USA and it's not cheap all by itself. Simplex locks are easy to reprogram and even easier to use. This is the lock I use for my personal quick access gun safe. With no batteries or electronics to worry about, and even better, no keyhole to pick open, these push button locks simply can't be beat. The V-Line gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I've had my V-Line safe for over 3 years, and after spending $8,000 on different small safes, which ones do I believe will still be working in 50 years, this V-Line would be one of those safes. This is the Hornady dual lid lockbox. Main features. The Hornady features 2 separate lockable compartments. The first compartment can carry most full-size handguns, as you can see here with a 1911. The second compartment is good for magazines or ammo storage, or maybe a Micro 9. Comes with a steel security cable for on-the-go securement. The Hornady is also TSA approved. And now onto my pry rating. I normally wouldn't rate a lockbox, but with 16-gauge steel construction, this won't be the easiest lockbox to pry open. From my experience with Hornady safes, they make a tough product. The Hornady lockbox gets a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. I'm more concerned with reliability, more so than the low odds of someone lockpicking any safe. The barrel key will be 100% reliable for quick entry, and that's what I care about here. Because in real life, lockpicking is for perverts. The Hornady gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, pretty versatile lockbox, car, range safe, and a great travel locker. It can do it all. This is Vaultek's VE10 gun safe. Main features. This is Vaultek's budget line, but it's still a tough little safe. The VE10 features an automatic opening lid, includes a rechargeable battery that lasts up to 4 to 6 months, steel security cable for on-the-go securement, and pre-drilled mounting holes for permanent placement. Now a quick fitment guide. The VE10 is a compact safe, but has just enough space to put a full-size Glock 17 inside of it. It's a tight fit, but doable. And now onto my pry rating. This is Vaultek's most basic safe, and unlike other Vaultek models, only features one locking latch. The VE10 is made from 18-gauge progressively formed steel body, and I believe the VE10 is half a level above the SentrySafe as you can see here. That took 23 minutes with stage 3 pry tools to open. The Vaultek VE10 gets a 4.5 out of 5 pry rating. And now my quick access rating. The VE10 is a simple electronic safe, and I like that, less to go wrong. My personal Vaultek has been 100% reliable over 3 years, and I expect nothing less from any Vaultek safe. You can quickly open the VE10 with either number pad or good old-fashioned key. The Vaultek VE10 gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, for just over $150, this is one of the most reliable and toughest safes you can get. This is the Hornady Tripoint lockbox. Main features. In the small key only lockbox category, this Hornady Tripoint looks to be one of the better made and tougher ones. And as you can see here, there is enough space for a 1911 with an extra magazine, so this should fit about any normal handgun. Comes with a steel cable for on-the-go securement. And now onto my pry rating. The Hornady is made from 16-gauge steel, and here's a quick video on the locking latch.
And we also included the same locking mechanism used on the Hornady key lock safes. This locking mechanism completely encapsulates the bottom catches, So you must shear material instead of deforming material in order to compromise this safe.
Not bad for a simple lockbox. The Hornady Tripoint lockbox gets a 3 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. Barrel key locks are easy to pick, but in real life that's about the last thing that will happen. Most of these lockboxes sold on Amazon have cheap keys that can snap off on you. The Hornady's barrel key will be reliable for years to come, and that's what's important here. And remember this, lockpicking is for sport or perverts. The Hornady gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, pretty versatile lockbox, car, range safe, or travel safe, and it will not be affected by extreme cold or heat. This is the Hornady Rapid gun safe. Main features, 3 ways of entry. First is with the RFID cards or RFID wristband. You can also access the safe with the electronic number pad or mechanical key. And as you can see here, there are 3 different sizes to choose from, and all feature a strong automatic opening lid, and come with a steel security cable for on-the-go securement. There are also pre-drilled holes for permanent mounting. You can power the Hornady safes with permanent AC or battery power, or just use the mechanical key. And now onto my pry rating. From the 2 Hornady safes I bought and tested now over 3 years ago, they are well built with 14 gauge steel construction and hardened steel latches. I also performed a hardness test, as you can see here, on the latches of my AR gun locker, and they are hardened steel. From the build of these safes, I will give the Hornady Rapid safes a 4 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. My Hornady safes have been 100% reliable, the RFID systems work great, and you have the number pad or key for backup. The Hornady gets a 4 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, Hornady safe's biggest weakness is the barrel key lock. But in real life, I'm more worried about reliably getting my handgun from a locked box, or pry attacks that do happen in real life. But I was easily able to replace the lock on my Hornady gun locker, and now the lockpicking perverts are no longer interested in my safe. This is Vaultek's Lifepod 2.0 biometric gun case. Main features, this is the best portable gun case you can buy. Access is with either water-resistant biometric fingerprint scanner or key backup. You can store a full-size handgun with accessories and features a removable interior tray for stackable storage. Also has an interior LED light and comes with a steel security cable for quick securement. The Lifepod is weather-resistant, airtight, dust-proof, floats, and is TSA compliant. And now onto my pry rating. This is a portable gun case. All it needs is good basic pry protection, and you get that with Vaultek's anti-impact latch, as you see here. The Lifepod is also drop tested. The Vaultek Lifepod gets a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. With my test on my Vaultek VE10, the biometrics easily passed my wet and powder test. And after 3 years of owning my Vaultek, I trust this brand 100%. The Vaultek Lifepod 2.0 gets a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, if you need a trusted weatherproof on-the-go gun case that will last and work when you need it to, there are none better than this. Top budget picks. This is the Sentry biometric gun safe. Main features, it's built super damn tough, taking over 23 minutes of full force pry attack with stage 3 tools. Not in a million years did I ever think it would be this tough, just with one locking latch. The SentrySafe features a gas strut to help lift and lower that heavy steel lid. Enter the safe with either biometrics, electronic number pad, or mechanical key. And now onto my pry rating. Take a look at just how much damage this way under $200 safe took. This little safe gives you real pry protection. I have the full pry test on my channel if you wanted to see just how tough this safe is. The SentrySafe earns a 4 out of 5 pry rating. Now my quick access rating. I tested my SentrySafe for over 3 years without any issues, and even though it took a lot of damage, it still registers my fingerprint to this day, as you can see here. The biometrics are also more secure than my $300 Vaultek, and it passed my wet and powder test. What's not to like here? The SentrySafe earns a 5 out of 5 quick access rating. Final thought, I would say this is more than just a gun locker. It's truly a tiny safe. Sentry is my top budget brand. How I rate stuff. I know it looks like I rate everything highly, but I really did spend $8,000 on these small safes, all put on my credit cards, and then I get no views on YouTube. Alright, enough about my suffering, so let's start with the curious case of the Bill Conch. This locker would lock down in place with your right hand, as you can see here, but with only one small tap in the middle of the lid, it would open all by itself. I even thought it might have been possessed by Satan, but that actually turned out not to be the case. You have to press down in the middle of the lid to lock the lid down, as there are 2 locking latches with this locker. And trust me, that's one deadly design. Now onto the pry test. The Bill Conch was tougher than I thought it would be with this sheet metal build. And as you can see here, the 2 locking latches broke off into the body, but they did detach from the sheet metal lid. The Bill Conch got a 2.5 out of 5 pry rating. Now here is the RPMB lockbox, with only one tiny locking latch, as you can see here. By the way, if you ever see this tiny locking latch design, it's probably not going to be a tough locker. Anyway, here is the full pry test. And there you go, 8 seconds to pry open. The RPMB got a 1 out of 5 pry rating. This list is not in order because I wanted to show this Sifely lockbox, as it has a similar latch design as the RPMB. It was a little tougher and took 1 minute and 8 seconds to stage 1 pry tools. The Sifely got a 2 out of 5 pry rating. And here is the RPMB single pistol locker. Side note, this locker would drain its batteries as it sat. This is not good and was the only locker to have battery drain issues. And here is the full pry test. And that's another 1 out of 5 pry rating for RPMB. Let's move up half a rating from the RPMB with the Onias. The Onias looks just like the Ananus. I'm just gonna call it the Anus for now on. They do look the same, but they are not 100% the same. And here is the Anus test, starting with stage 1. So let's see how fast we get in here. The anus just popped open in 13 seconds with stage 1 pry tools. And here is the Onias test. So that one took 35 seconds and actually bent the lid. The Onias earned a 1.5 out of 5 pry rating. And here is the only cheap brand that stood out, even though it was recalled for its biometrics. But I do believe AllSafe has fixed the biometric issues as of now. I really thought I was going to get in fast and easy with this under $100 safe. But as you can see here, it does have a nice size single locking latch. And to my surprise, took 3 minutes and 82 seconds with level 3 pry tools. And so there is my 3 out of 5 pry rating. Now we move to a stage 4 rating, the SentrySafe. You will need to go to my channel and find the full test, because it took 23 minutes and 47 seconds with stage 3 pry tools. That was not fun or easy, trust me. So what is a stage 5 rating? Pretty much means pry attacks aren't going to work. Here is my Fort Knox PB1. The design alone prevents any possibility to pry into, as you can see here. Stage 5 is pretty much angle grinder territory. And there you go, my 1 out of 5 pry rating system. Until next time, see you then.